What is up? Hope you guys are doing good. So, if you guys have been dealing with broke leads, right? Leads that are unqualified, doesn't have the money to work with you when you have your high ticket, mid ticket offer, how can you solve that issue? How do you make them qualified, make them have money to work with you? Right? So this video, it covers it all thoroughly. So I hope you guys like this one and yeah, enjoy. Broke leads, right? I was talking to a partner, talking to a creator yesterday. And, he did, I think around when he launched his first course, he did around 10K his first month, right? And in July, he launched I think it was his high ticket, he did like 40K per month, right? Without even a structured funnel, just based off his following. And when I hear that, I'm like, wow, imagine how much we can print with the well-structured funnel, with all of this stuff, well put together, right? But one of the main thing he's facing as of right now is, broke leads, right? And I do want to, address this because when he told me this on the call, I'm like, man, to answer this question is gonna take me it's gonna take me a while. So I'd rather, film a training like this to address that question and to break it down like whole completely, right? Right? The goal is to see where they are currently at based on their current situation and see if they fit into your, your high ticket caliber, if they can afford to fit into your mid tier or your low ticket, right? I'm going to explain those in a bit, but I do want to give you guys an example of, my previous agency. It was, a real estate agency, and our solution was nothing flashy at all. It was just building and deploying cold calling talent, cold calling departments in real estate agents' business, right? And all of those real estate agents that we work with, mainly they're old, right? And I did not try to convince them that ads is the best. You know how hard it is to convince, with all due respect, you know how hard it is to convince old people that something is better and you should go to that new something. It's like, oh, it takes so much that I'd rather go with what they believe when they have the money, right? So they believe in cold calling the good old way. So why not go to that route, right? And I believe till this day, actually, no, the AI is there. So for 2.5 years, I ran this cold calling agency, and we did roughly around 80K per month. Keep in mind, I'm just 15, 16 at that time with my co-founder in London, right? We were selling nothing flashy. And real estate agents, as you guys know, they are broke, all right? I don't know why there's so much real estate agency nowadays, but they're broke, guys. They're broke. So it's like when we sell that cold calling solutions, the whole department, when we build, manage, place the talent, and train them, vet them, all this kind of stuff, we charge around $5,300 for the whole thing, for around 3 months, 1 month build out, 2 months of sustaining. But since most of them are broke, but they are sort of interested in it, we downsold them, most of them, to a 1.7K each month for the course and how we hire, how we vet those talent, how we train them, how we manage them, right? So they got access to our weekly coaching calls on how we coach these real estate agents in terms of the mindset. Sometimes we coach, sometimes we just give them the framework on how we manage these talents from overseas. All right. So even though they're broke, they're interested in what we sell. They're interested in what we are selling. So we just sold them what they want. So the solution to counter these broke leads, like number one, is to have an Ascension funnel in place, right? I call this the reverse Ascension funnel, right? While people are doing low ticket, funnel them up to high ticket, I like to go the other way around. High ticket, then go low ticket, right? So start with high ticket right away if they fit your ideal client avatar, right? So for example, if they do have a budget and have been sort of a semi-profitable trader, since I work with, trading creators, sell them your high ticket solution, right? And the reason we want to sell them is because, do you know how many times? There's countless of times where I want to do business with a certain type of coach. And then I went to their low ticket product, and immediately I'm already turned off because of the quality that they've put out in their low ticket product. It's like you can tell when someone actually put time into putting efforts into dialing in the product, whereas somebody who just wants money, right? Money is good by any means, but you have to show that you have put time and effort into perfecting, into structuring this course. All right. So now the reason why we want to start with high ticket is that people, they would perceive you, the mentor, as like a high status and can get results faster due to the direct, personalized one-on-one mentorship, right? Now, let's say they don't have the money to afford high ticket. Then on the call, downsell them to the mid-tier downsell, right? Create a mid-ticket offer, price around $300 per month to $500 per month, right? This gives the unqualified lead a deeper level of access, right? So for example, they can access the course, they can access, the weekly group calls, the weekly Q&As, all that stuff. And the goal with this mid-ticket downsell is to make sure that they get constant value and they want to work closely with the creator, but they want to sort of have an affordable rate. Okay, so that is the whole goal of the mid-ticket. Now, the lower ticket, I call this the infill tier. This is where the low ticket solves a minor problem for the audience, only a minor problem. Okay, this one can be a course going over the thing that they would need to know in order to get them to achieve results so that they can ascend through the funnel. So let's say if they're broke for a high ticket, they're broke from mid ticket, they already know that, you have this two stuff. So in this info tier, where you're only giving out information, figure out what is the main thing that you need to solve for them in order to get that breakthrough so that they can have enough capital to reinvest in you, your mid-ticket downsell. Okay? Now, you can start with a low ticket price point, $50 per month to $100 per month. And the goal here is to make sure they get constant value, but again, still at an affordable low ticket rate. All right. So all of this three stuff, right? You guys like my little drawing, huh? Anyways, so through this funnel, we capture mostly everyone, even the quote unquote, the broke leads, right? By guiding and offering them solutions through tiers based on their commitment ability and their financial ability, right? So it's like we capture, let's say 100 people here. We move them down through the pipelines where they essentially become your clients. And our goal is to capture as much people as possible and prevent as much leakage as possible. So what does that mean? So I'll give you guys a thorough explanation, right? So solution 2 is what's called to implement a nurture flow with this 2% rule in mind. So what is this 2% rule? Okay. In every industry, no matter what you're in, you could be a real estate agency, you could be a coach, you could be a consultant. You have to know that only 2% of the market is willing to hand you money even without you needing to convince them hard. Okay. This leaves 98% of the market to capture and nurture, right? I'm a part of the 2%. I would just pay if I can just see, proof of results. I don't need much convince, right? I'll just pay because there's nothing to lose. Like money is just made up. I pay, I get the results, I get even better, I get more money, I pay more. Well, it's constant thing. You don't need to argue too much about that. But to apply this in this situation, let's say there's 100 people. With this 2% rule, only 2 people out of the 100 is ready to hand you money. So this leaves 98 people, the rest of the market, to capture. Okay, so 2% are ready to buy immediately. 20 to 30% are in the consideration stage. Okay, they're doing their research. They're trying to see if this money that I would pay this consultant would give me an ROI. All right. So in this stage, value assets can be helpful. For example, I'm filming one value asset, right? I'm doing nothing but just providing value through a quote unquote boring screen recording, right? We nurture them through sending them, testimonials, case studies, proof of student results that consultant can get results just like that for the viewer. Okay. And 40 to 50% of the people are still in the researching stage. This is where content filming comes into play. This is where filming content plays a huge role, right? You want to pre-handle objections or, frequently ask questions, okay? And the rest of the market, 20 to 30%, they are not ready to buy yet. They don't have the financials. They don't have the, capability, right? And so we hope that the content that we are releasing will constantly help them. Okay, so let's say 100 people. Sorry, here, right? 100 people. Only 2 people are ready to buy. That is just a guarantee. This leaves like 98% of this one out here, right? So our goal is to make sure that we seal up this leakage as much as possible to a point where, let's say 100 people down here, 100 people go through your campaign. 90% give you the information, right? 50 people want to work with you. 25 book a sales call. This is just industry average. And then 20% of that is like 4 to 5 plus to ready to do a high ticket transaction, right? Let's say 4 to 5 is ready to pay you around, 5K. Plus, this one can pay you around your mid-ticket offer, 500. 25 times 500, you can see how much it will be, right? And so when your mid-ticket solution is actually valuable, and then when they actually get an ROI, where do you think this 25 leads is going to hand their money to? It's probably you, right? And they will hand you another 5K for a high-ticket one-on-one mentorship, right? So it's through this funnel where we can quote-unquote solve this broke leads syndrome, okay? I hope I explained it well. So we want to nurture them through what's called a creator funnel, right? And I might be filming another video addressing this creator funnel, right? Because as of right now, this one is one of the also most profitable funnel there is out there, right? And it's the whole idea of content-driven nurturing, right? Release free content, videos, newsletter to solve the pain points that they're currently facing to build up goodwill first. And by all means, that is what I'm currently doing, right? I want to make my intention super clear. I'm here to make money, right? I'm not here to do charity or whatever. I'm here to make money, okay? Of course, I do want to give back to charity if I have a little bit, but as of right now, let's get dialed in on the financial side, okay? So, this creator, this partner, he's found success in his first launch. He did 10K selling his course. I think he sold it for $400, or maybe he has like a discount, $200. He did 10K his first month selling a low ticket course, and 40K collected in July with his high ticket offer. Even without a sort of a well-structured funnel, I would say, I've seen his VSL and all those. It's pretty okay, but there's some stuff that we can improve on where once we dial those in, dude, we will print even more. 50K launches is so doable, so doable, okay? But let's say he did 10K, he did 40K, but to maintain momentum, we need an optimized sales funnel that can handle both high ticket and low ticket offers simultaneously. So we'd audit their offer, audit his offer, and to fix all those stuff. But some stuff I do have to gatekeep, right? Now, once we audit those stuff, give them some feedback, we want to increase the frequency of launches, right? Relaunching offers with, new bonuses, season promotions, updated course content, and keep the product fresh, right? So every 3 to 5 weeks, launch a webinar, or every month launch a webinar, right? That's what all the people in the industry are currently doing, okay? So drop-offs are common when you face in every single market, when it comes to leads, broke leads, unqualified leads, drop-off within the sales process, they are common. Sales can peak during launch periods, and then they can drop off, right? We want to have sort of a nurturing sequence in place to keep the momentum going, to capture as much leads as possible, okay? Number 2 is capture everyone because of this 2% rule. Not everybody is ready for the high-ticket solution, but by having different entry points like the mid-ticker, the low-ticket, the info tier, we make sure that we never leave money on the table, okay? And number 3 is to check metrics, conversion rates, opt-in rates, the different funnel A/B testing, to increase performance, right? So when you guys dial those in with the different funnels, you could essentially solve, the broke leads problem, right? So hope this one was valuable. This one was not the most flashy video ever, but it's informative, all right? So hope you guys like this one, and yeah, bye-bye.